In the world of construction, it all comes down to one thing, doesn't it? The bid. It's a high-stakes game, and every single proposal you send out carries the weight of your company's future on its back. And this is the absolute truth. Your bid is so much more than just a price. It's your strategy, it's your promise, and really, it's a snapshot of your entire business. When you get it right, you're building a legacy. But if you get it wrong, well, the consequences can be pretty serious. So I've got to ask you directly, do you ever wonder if you're making small mistakes that are costing you jobs? Or maybe even worse, are they making the jobs you do win not profitable? Okay, let's really dig into this. Before we can start dodging those common pitfalls, we really need to understand the playing field. So let's take a minute and break down the fundamentals of the construction bidding arena. First up, let's make sure we're all on the same page with our terms. Tendering. You hear it all the time. It's simply the formal, structured process of getting a price and picking a contractor. But here's the key. It's not just about finding the cheapest option. It is a super critical part of the whole strategy for getting a project built. Now, you should know not all tendering looks the same. There are basically three main types you're going to come across. First, there's open bidding. Think of it like a public announcement. Anyone qualified can bid. It's great for public projects where you need total transparency. Then you've got selective bidding. This one's invitation only, for a pre-approved list of contractors. It's used for complex jobs where you know you need proven experts. And finally, there's negotiated bidding. That's where they negotiate directly with a single contractor, which is perfect for really specialized or fast-tracked projects. All right, so now that we've got the lay of the land, let's get to the real heart of this explainer, the 5 critical mistakes that can absolutely sink your bid, and of course, how you can avoid them. So let's kick it off with mistake number 1. And that is bidding on every single job that lands on your desk. You know, the scattershot approach. The whole you miss 100% of the shots you don't take idea. But honestly, in construction bidding, it's a massive drain on your time and resources. You end up wasting effort on jobs you can't win, or worse, winning jobs you can't actually do profitably. So what's the fix? You've got to be selective. Focus your energy like a laser beam on projects that are a perfect match for what your business does best. It really is about quality over quantity. Put your effort into preparing accurate, solid quotes for the right jobs. Okay, let's move on to mistake number 2. And believe me, this one is a biggie. Overlooking the fine print. You've heard it a million times, but the devil is truly in the details. A missing signature, one tiny math error, submitting just 5 minutes past the deadline, these little things can get an otherwise perfect bid tossed right into the trash. So the solution here is to have a checklist mentality. Seriously, verify you have every single required document. Always go to the mandatory pre-bid meetings, and please have a second pair of eyes, double-check your numbers and your spelling. Oh, and that deadline, the date and the time, it is completely non-negotiable. This brings us right to mistake number 3. And that's overestimating what your equipment can actually handle. That whole win the job now, figure out the details later mindset, it's a trap. If you win that bid, but you haven't really factored in the cost to rent or buy the heavy machinery you need, guess what? Your profit margin just evaporated. The key here is just to be brutally honest with yourself while you're bidding. Figure out what you truly need. Factor in all those rental or purchase costs. You should even plan ahead for maintenance, because you do not want project delays eating up your budget later. Now for mistake number 4. Not asking enough questions. I'm telling you, assumptions are the absolute enemy of an accurate bid. If you're even a little bit unclear about a requirement, just assuming you know the answer is a huge, huge risk. So what do? You get proactive. Use those pre-bid meetings and site visits for what they are, intelligence gathering missions. And if you still have questions after that, pick up the phone or send an email. Get the clarification you need before you hit submit. A well-informed bid is a strong bid, period. And that brings us to the final common trap, mistake number 5. Throwing a bid together at the last minute. Come on, we've all been tempted. But rushing is just a recipe for disaster. You are way more likely to miss a key requirement, underestimate your costs, and completely overlook major risks. Look, you have to remember this. A rushed, low-ball bid can do more damage to your business than not bidding at all. It's simple. If you don't have enough time to prepare a bid you're genuinely confident in, it is always better to just pass. Live to fight another day on an opportunity you can actually win and make money on. Okay, So you've sidestepped all the common mistakes. Your bid is polished, it's perfect, it's submitted. But what happens now? Let's flip the script for a second and look at this whole thing from the project owner's point of view. Because winning, it's not just about being the cheapest. Now, this right here, this is a game-changing insight. Project owners aren't just shopping for a price tag. They're looking for a partner. They are chasing the best overall value for their project. So how do they actually evaluate these things? Well, it's almost never 100% about the price. It's a weighted system. In a pretty typical scenario, the price might count for, say, 60%. But that means a massive 40% is based on technical stuff, your experience, your plan, your team. That stuff carries serious weight. Let's break down this disconnect because it's huge. As contractors, it's so easy to get tunnel vision and just focus on being the lowest price. But what the owners are actually looking for is so much broader. They're trying to find the best value. They're worried about mitigating risk, and they need to know you can follow the process. So here are some of those soft criteria that can really make or break your proposal. Did you follow every single instruction in the bid documents? Did you price out all the alternate options they asked for? Does your timeline actually match up with theirs? Nailing these points shows them that you're a thorough, reliable partner, not just another low bidder. Let's be honest, trying to follow all these processes and keep track of every little detail can be a massive headache, especially when you're doing things the old school way. So let's talk about moving beyond all that. This quote from the research just sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? The traditional process is just bogged down by mountains of paperwork, endless levels of scrutiny, and just not enough transparency. It's slow, it's inefficient, and frankly, it's frustrating for everyone. And this leads to a really crucial question for you and your business. Is your current manual workflow, I'm talking juggling spreadsheets, digging through emails, chasing down texts, is that process holding you back? Is it making you vulnerable to the very mistakes we just spent all this time talking about? This explainer was brought to you by Lementai. If you're ready to get out of that chaos, Lementai is the answer. It's time to get rid of the messy spreadsheets and the endless WhatsApp groups. You can digitalize your entire construction workflow.